So, and you've got it on 2K Sports. GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Fires from the line. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy
with. Now Beverley. There's the pass to Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
The decision-making of Leonard could have hit the roller, but already had the shot he wanted.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland no good that time either. And it's the Clippers' ball. Outside, George. Plenty of space. They get it back, and Leonard stays with it.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Lillard against Beverley. Shot, high post. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Passes it to Beverley. 6 to shoot. Ibaka looking for an opening. The Clippers rebound. Down low. It's stolen by Jones. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it. The fast break chance. Portland with a new 14. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's George. From deep. Collins grabs the miss. After a promising rookie campaign a washed year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Jackson against McCollum. Jackson passes to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. It's Powell on the wing. Pass to McCollum. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Cantor. Hollis Jefferson finds Powell. Over Kennard. The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers trail. Now, here's Kennard. They need this one. Powell pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hollis Jefferson passes to McCollum. And there's the pass to Powell. Shoots the 3. And McCollum is good for 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Powell against Kennard. Floats it up for Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. Takes it out to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Powell for three. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. Passes it to Kennard. Lets it go with the 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. The 17-footer goes down. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he sticks.
Humble beginnings. I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Jones in at the 2 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Jackson against McCollum. And it's blocked. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Knocked loose. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Morris kicks to Kennard. Shot from 16. That one off the back iron and out.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Trailblazers on D. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Leonard the pass to Ibaka.
And guys, it really looks like they've lost a step here in the second quarter. They have been really stagnant offensively.
Back to Jones. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep three-point range. No good there. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Leonard attacking. Will it go? Here's Zubac. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Zubac has got his first points in this one. Beverly against Lillard. From deep. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. And then for the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Rondo. Hits the close-range jumper.
The craftiness of Rondo makes him a tough cover in pick-and-roll sets. Just when you think he's going to pass, he'll surprise you with the shot.
McCollum outside. Puts up a three. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's McCollum. He's got 8. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. Another shot. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Cantor kicks to McCollum. But they get it back. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Count the basket. And it's 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
And here's McCollum. Pulls it from the elbow. Again, McCollum missing. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Here the three-point line, it's McCollum. And the last second attempt. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period. And that's a wrap with the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Aka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Ibaka, the pass to Zubac. Collins grabs the miss.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead. Woo, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Anthony finds Collins. Now, here's Nurkic. Anthony taking his time here. Such a wide open look. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
And what a smooth release on that shot. Melo is money in the bank from there.
Out to Ibaka. Uncovered. The Clippers get another chance here. Here's Beverly. And the layup falls. Beverly's got his first basket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Luke Kennard in for Leonard. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his third foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Pulls up, high post. And it's Portland with the rebound. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target from three-point range. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 13. Goes back up. Kennard on the wing. His three-pointer's off the mark.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Lobs it up for Kanter, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. Jackson looking it over. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Batum. Back to Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cousins has got his first bucket of the night. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised. Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Gotta respect the attacking mindset of Rondo. Always looking to go right to the cup.
Cullen passes to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Looking to get it going. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Mann. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
McCollum kicks to Powell. Back to McCollum. Fires for 3. Misses the shot. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Ahead by 9 is the... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. They've got Norman Powell. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard outside. From deep 3-point range, an absolute bomb from 3-point range.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Left side, George. Dishes it to Batum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Norman Powell. Jones checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Nobody near George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Though he doesn't show a lot of expression, PG-13 is ultra competitive. Claps back from distance.
Batum with the ball. Morris with the ball. Jones covering. Feeds it to George. That one drops for him.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
The pass to Jones. Inside and stolen by Cousins. Here's the break. Outside for George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Baca comes in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. From deep, George. And no good that time. And it's Portland the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Now Lillard. From deep. On the wing, Jones. A 3-ball. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Jones.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The defense on George a little too tight there. But to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. 1:43 left in the fourth. Got a piece of it. It's Powell on the wing. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Portland.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
on the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to Lillard. Shoots it up. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. City, Portland, Oregon. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And for Portland, Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at point. Now here's DiVincenzo. And he gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Middleton outside from deep three-point range, and it's Portland with the rebound. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. He can't get it to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. From beyond the arc and then some.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Pass to Lopez. And Holiday kicks to Lopez. Holiday against Lillard, and Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist from Lopez.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Lillard, the pass to Jones, hammers the alley-oop through.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Now here is Holiday. This is to Antetokounmpo. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. Nurkic with it. He's picked up by Lopez. To the middle. Here's Jones. Lillard fires away from way outside. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And that one's good by Giannis.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Lillard finds Hollis Jefferson. Outside, Jones. To the inside. Stolen by Holiday. And Middleton with a clear path to the hoop. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, I tell you what, Middleton really does a nice job at being able to score through contact. Sometimes he gets hammered, and he still gets it up and down.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Jones. He kicks to Lillard. From deep. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Collins checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Jones. Now, here's Portis. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. And a wide open look for Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
I guess even he is one of those once in a while.
Got that one up quick.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Bucks leading by 4.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Tipped away. Portland with the ball. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Launches it. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used this contribution.
And Portis throws it down.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates, too.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Three-pointer, Lillard. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Trailblazers. Here is Forbes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Great open look there.
Like the assertiveness, and that comes from having the green light to shoot off the pass. And Forbes, one of the very best shooters off the pass or dribble.
Lillard from outside. No good. And so it's Milwaukee bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James, yep.
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got Antetokounmpo. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And there's Teague, and it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. There's Portis, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Portis has got his second basket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Cullum passes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Count that one.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Connaughton missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's McCollum. And again, it's Portland converting.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Portis kicks to Antetokounmpo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here's McCollum. He's got 6. Anthony on the wing. Back to McCollum. Wide open. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Jones subbed in for Powell. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Bryn Forbes comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in for Jeff Teague.
Boy, you like the aggressiveness from Hollis-Jefferson going right at him.
Milwaukee leading by 3. Holiday surveying the floor. Tries it from 9. The shot's good from Lopez.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Lillard's checked in for Portland.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 9.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Giannis outside. And that comes off the assist by Jeff T.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And it's Lillard missing.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Lopez is checked in.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Takes the three. Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now here's Middleton. He's got 5. Back to T. On the clock. Kicks it down to Middleton. Trying to get open is Lopez. Middleton can't get it to go. Covington wide open. He fires. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They lead by 5. Kenny, how... And that does it for our half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
We've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Some solid defense from Lillard.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
For 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Trailblazers. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Pass to DiVincenzo. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Holiday, no one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Holiday's got 5 points so far. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Lillard fires away from way outside, and he hits it to tie the game up. He's got 18.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 5. Back to Antetokounmpo. Right block shot. The shot missing. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland.
One of the things you love about Hollis Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. The pass to Lillard. For the 3, it's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Holiday, here we go. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Misses the 3.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 21.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
And Holiday, here we go. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 7 points.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Lillard outside. 56 seconds left to play here in the third. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Again, the miss by Lillard. The Bucks trail. One-on-one fast break. And Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
They get it back. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Stolen by McCollum. It's Powell on the wing. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Powell's got his second bucket of the night.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it. And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. It's been an excellent. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. We've got T. E.J. Tucker is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Cantor. And that one hits back iron. The Bucks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in to take the lead, and the layup is good. And the Bucks lead by 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Good on the shot.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Teague feeling it out a bit. It's Portis high post. The kick out to Teague. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. McCollum dishes to Collins. McCollum outside. 16 feet away. The Trailblazers rebound. Collins finds McCollum. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had. You know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's McCollum. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Up top, Portis. He's covered by Cantor, and the basket is good.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Back to McCollum from outside the arc. Again, McCollum missing. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Teague, and they pick up 2.
Tell you what, guys, you've just got to give Teague a lot of credit for his focus. Very poised under pressure.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And the basket by McCollum.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Ball's knocked loose. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're ahead by 4. 1:32 left in the 4th quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. For 3, Middleton. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 4. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the dunk by Giannis.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Middleton for three, connects from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide-open man. And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And so the Bucks take the win. They came. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And with pregame.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. We've got Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's KD in at the 4 slot. And for Portland, Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Anthony. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got the game going here with the first basket for the Nets. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Lillard way outside. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Harden scanning the floor. For 3, Durant. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up to the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 3-point game. The shot's good. Lillard's got 5 now.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
Harris outside to stop the run. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lillard outside. And it's Lillard again missing. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And if you want to talk about liftoff, folks, he went right from the launching pad. Serious extended hang time there. Even at full speed, it looked like he was in slow motion. Just amazing.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And it falls over the rim and in.
Oh, that is automatic. Durant, one of the better mid-range shooters in the game.
Passes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Here's Simons. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 5. And again, it's Portland converted.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
Dinwiddie attacking, and it's in there.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Good work there as it goes.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. From deep, Harden. That shot off, and the Trailblazers going the other way. Pass to McCollum. Releases from 15. Basket good.
Well, the coach has confidence in CJ taking that shot, and so CJ has confidence in making it.
Harden right side. Stolen by McCollum. And here's the fast break. There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Simons. No good on the three. Nets trail by 5. There's the lob to Harden.
And an offensive master at work. Harden has figured out every way to take advantage of a defense.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now Cantor. McCollum. Terrific assist and nice finish. Solid play all around.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Durant, no good. Up in time. It's not going to go for him. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Portland out in front, up by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Robert Covington out there with Collins. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. They're the group the Portland Trail Blazers will start the second quarter with. Harris outside. Right side, Griffin. 4 on the shot clock. No good on the shot. Now Portland takes it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. The Trail Blazers with the new shot clock. Poke loose. Now the pass to Powell. Launches a 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 7.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Joe Harris. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Collins passes to Cantor. And some nice ball movement here by the Trail Blazers. Clock at 6 from the wing. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. Cantor's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders. Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
A shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 6.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
It's McCollum on the wing. He's got 6. Cantor finds McCollum. Now Powell. Back to McCollum. Over Irving. The Trail Blazers rebound. McCollum deciding where to go with it. No good from outside.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
McCollum against Irving. Pops it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And here's McCollum for 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Collins. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Now here's Durant over Jones. To stop the drought. Oh, that was huge!
Incredible.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
Irving passes to Durant. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Lillard way outside. Off the mark with the little step back Johnny. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Irving surveying the floor. Outside for Jordan. Outside Irving. And that one is good. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one, tricked you into it.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And that would have counted. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Now, here is Harden. Lets the 3 fly. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard attacking, throws it down as the official. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 12. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Here's Jones. Nurkic kicks to Anthony. Passes it to Lillard. On deep. The shot that time not on target. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. For the tie. And here's KD for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Lillard attacking. And Lillard throws it down.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
Irving dishes to Harden. Pass to Claxton. Outside Irving. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. Now here's Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Collins over Durant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you.
Zach Collins is aggressive and confident and waiting for his opportunity to show just how consistently good he can be in the NBA.
Now, here is Harden. He has 6. Stolen by McCollum. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And finished off by Collins.
Good job attacking the rim right there from the big man, Collins.
Harden outside. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
It's Covington on the wing. Portland moving the ball around. Back to McCollum. It's good.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Over Jordan. Shakes him. And scoring with the play inside is Cantor. Cantor's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
For the Trailblazers, Anthony comes in for Robert Covington, and McCollum subbed in for Lillard. And stolen by Harris. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Harden finds Harris. Kept alive. Here's Jordan from deep. Harden. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's McCollum for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
It's so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
Oh, man, what a shot. Hit that from another time zone.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. Back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
McCollum right side. He kicks it to Nurkic. On the wing, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nurkic can't hit.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
A nice shot by Jordan.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
McCollum outside. And the shot is good.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Irving kicks to Harden. Jordan up top. He's guarded by Nurkic. Irving passes to Jordan. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Anthony. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Powell with the steal. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Irving.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
Pops it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lillard against Irving. Lillard misses. Nets trail by 8. Irving drives in. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Puts it up from 15. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Irving, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Love the aggressive play right there from Kyrie when he gets into the paint. Determined to score, but for sure get contact.
So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. Lillard, right side. It's McCollum on the wing. Anthony, right side. Up top, Hollis Jefferson. Clock is at 3. Here's McCollum. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, I like how DJ's attacking the open court, sprinting ahead of everybody. Tough to keep up with a big guy who does that.
Lillard scanning the floor. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Irving. Count it.
Feels like he's taking nothing but shots he knows he's going to knock down. Kyrie playing sharp here.
Irving against Lillard. There's the 3. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. And it's Lillard again missing.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Derek Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Powell in for McCollum. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harden against Powell. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And here's Lillard, who brings it up for Portland. And Portland turns it over again. .20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Irving. Pass to Harris to tie it up. Can't knock in the 3. Lillard outside. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. That was all right, David. Thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Jackson finds Zubac. Leonard looking around. Passes it to Jackson. 5 on the clock. From deep, George. Rebound by Nurkic.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Yusuf Nurkic missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, but still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back in play.
Now Anthony after the missed 3 from Serge Ibaka. Lillard outside. Fires the 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Jackson kicks to George. Leonard on the wing. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Now here's Jones. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. The pass to Jackson. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
Pass to Jones. Collins dishes to Jones. Anthony on the wing. Shoots off the step back, and he hits the jump shot.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
Now here's Jackson. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here they come. Lillard from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Left side, George. And the shot goes in. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Tim Birch, dunk champ Derek Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. And here's George. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Outside for George. Off target with his 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Down low. Zubac. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Nurkic with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Zubac with it. Jones covering. Ibaka against Collins. Leonard inside. Back to Ibaka. Leonard trying to break free. Collins with some nice D. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard, the pass to Jones. And again, it's Portland converting.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
George finds Zubac. Back to George. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George.
I see you.
Buries it down low.
And just a beast of a scorer. Give George these kinds of looks, and he typically knocks him down.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Portland out in front, up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy...
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got C.J. McCollum. Ennis Cantor is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. Floats it up for Cousins. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Powell, no one around him. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Stolen by McCollum. Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Cantor. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Cantor puts all of his strength behind his drives. No surprise the defense gets sloppy.
This is his first free throw of the game.
It was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
Now, here's Cousins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Batum finds Beverly. Back to Batum. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. That one a little long.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland no good that time either. Clippers trail by 9. Pass to Kennard. Looking to end the run. Los Angeles with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Powell, that's good.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Beverly for 3, and Cantor pulls it down.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now here's McCollum. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Outside Batum, and yes, it's good.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Trailblazers.
McCollum against Beverly. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 14 now for Portland.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple. And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 13. Here's George. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Count it.
Well, there's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Trailblazers leading by 15. From the arc. He can't hit that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Outside for George. And he makes the 8-footer.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
Lillard with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers. And there's Jackson on the assist by Leonard.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. High post, Nurkic. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
George, again, Los Angeles.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Well, when he's hitting from range on a consistent basis, it makes everything easier.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points, 2.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, the defense didn't do a very good job of staying connected to him. We'll see if they make an adjustment.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Clippers right now, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Three-pointer, Lillard. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Trailblazers shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. McCollum against Jackson.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 starts in the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And the Clippers making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. McCollum passes to Powell. Fires the three. And McCollum is good for three. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night.
He's a volume three-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Here's Rondo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, love the job they're doing here of getting into the teeth of that defense.
Rondo against McCollum. There's the pass to Powell. Trailblazers leading by 13 to the left side wing. Hollis Jefferson kicks to McCollum. Powell for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's McCollum. And good that time. McCollum's got his third bucket of the night.
And McCollum is remarkably quick. Love seeing him put it on the deck and finish at the rim.
Here's Rondo. The feed to Ibaka. Outside for Rondo. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for McCollum.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Oh, that's some skill on that assist. I mean, the timing has to be perfect on a lead pass.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Marcus Morris. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. Cantor, the pass to Collins. Cantor with it. Out to Anthony. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Nobody near Lillard. It's good from long range. Lillard's got 20.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Back to Lillard. It's Jones on the wing. Outside Collins. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers trail by 15. Leonard the pass to George.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Inside and stolen by Cousins. To the inside and stolen by Lillard. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
Now here is George. He's got 18. And George with the stuff.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now Lillard, 20 points for him. Kicks it to Jones. Back to Lillard. Takes a three. And he's good on the three ball. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers. The Clippers again turning it over.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
The three from McCollum. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
And what Kennard lacks in physicality, he makes up for with effort. Does everything he can to stop the shot.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Clippers trail by 16. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. They've got Powell. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 17 points was their biggest margin.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Rondo. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots it.
McCollum left side to the middle. Here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 12. Rondo passes to Kennard. To the paint. Stolen by McCollum. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Both teams will make substitutions. Three-pointer. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
An established defender at a young age, Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Beverly dishes to George. Three-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Down low, second chance shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Lillard against Beverly. Fires the three. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers trail by 10. Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Beverly against Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Crafty move. And there's Collins on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
This is where you want Collins to get the ball. He's a throwback kind of big man who thrives inside.
George looking around. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Zach Collins. Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Jones. Here's George. C.J. McCollum comes up with a rebound. Ball's knocked loose, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly, and a switch here also for Portland. Nurkic is checked in. Clippers trail by 10. Leonard attacking. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Lillard against Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Lillard misses.
The more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9.
And one thing you talk about with Lillard, great at all times, but absolutely lethal in the clutch.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Leonard. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland again missing. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Morris with the bucket.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Lillard way outside from beyond the arc and then some. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. Off the inbound pass. Nice shot by Rondo.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so it's Portland winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers are.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Anthony. Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Lillard outside. From deep. The rebound by Middleton. Now the Bucks moving it up. Holiday with the ball. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Oh, Covington in position. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Back to DiVincenzo. High post Lopez. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Bucks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. 6 to shoot. And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Holiday. Shoots over Lillard. And Holiday with the basket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Holiday's got his second bucket of the game to go. For the Trailblazers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. Lillard with no one around. Here's Nurkic. Covington passes to Lillard. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Outside Holiday. The feed now to Lopez. That one falls.
Just like clockwork, Lopez doing damage inside.
Holiday against Lillard. To the inside. The tray. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Passes it to Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And Holiday, here we go. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Trailblazers trail by 3. And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's good. This game is all even. Lillard's got 5 points so far. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Now, Antetokounmpo, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And Covington sends it back. Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And here's Holiday. Middleton outside. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Lopez, no luck.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Jones kicks to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And he banks in the layup.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Lillard with it. 8 points for him. Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
You know, one of the things that makes Holiday such a terrific defender is
and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Portland out in front, leading by a point. And we'll get going.
And I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard.
And every small guy should have this shot. Teague loves the float. A nearly unguardable shot when he gets it up that quick.
And a wide open look for McCollum, but they recover it. Fires for three. They grab their own miss. Kanter finds McCollum. Kanter missed it, even after all those chances. Teague surveying the D. Dishes it to Tucker. That gives them the lead. Tucker's got his first points of the night.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now McCollum. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Feeds to Kanter. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's T. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Collins. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. And it's slammed in by T.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Here's Simons. T covering. Pass to Powell. That one goes. Count it.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Teague drives in. Aston Worrell. Back to Teague. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Anthony. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Now the pass to Middleton. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
A different look now for Portland. Norman Powell's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Derek Jones.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Here's DiVincenzo. He kicks it to Giannis. They can't stop the run with that one.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
They get it back. Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Giannis kicks to DiVincenzo. Offensive rebound.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Passes it to Powell. Launches it. Lopez grabs the board.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. Just 4 to shoot. Trying to get open is Lopez. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket for Middleton. Lillard from outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Half. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were always within striking distance. And that'll...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 side. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Here's Holiday. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Jones. Trailblazers leading by 12. Lillard way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Here's Middleton. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Man, I like the fact that Middleton, because of his strength, is able to fight through contact and get shots to fall even when he's been hit.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how about Kobe going to the Lakers? Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future. That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Lillard way outside. Knocks down the three ball. Lillard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Holiday attacking.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
And a deep three from Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
He dishes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Portland, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And the technical free throw is good. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Teagan for Drew Holiday. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Derek Jones. And he makes both free throws. There's a minute 47 left in the third. Lillard against T. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, they grab their own miss. From deep, Portland again missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Portis. 1:11 left to play in the third. The shot comes out. Portland leading by 18. And Lillard gets double-teamed. And stolen by Portis. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And Portis throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Count that one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Inside. And that one, good. Hollis-Jefferson's got his first bucket in this one.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Jeff Teague doing exactly what a point guard should do, setting up his guys nicely.
And really deep through that time. Lillard's got 18 points just in the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Portis comes up empty down low. And so it's Portland feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Timeout called the Bucks.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Bucks trail by 17. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. C.J. McCollum out there with Norman Powell. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed. So can't fault him for going for the block.
Here's Portis, and the layup's good off the glass.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Trailblazers leading by 18. Now here's McCollum. From downtown, the rebound by Brook Lopez.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. There's the 3. From deep three-point range, the rebound by the Bucks.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. It's going to be Portis shooting. It's on Damian Lillard. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
They get it back. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. Holiday comes in for Bobby Portis. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Powell. Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Derek Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Covington wide open. He fires. The Trailblazers rebound.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Giannis outside. Trying to get open is Lopez. Antetokounmpo, no good. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. To the middle, McCollum kicks to Lillard. Off target from three-point range. Outside Portis.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Well, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open Antetokounmpo, make sure you get the ball.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And stolen by Portis. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Portis has got 20 points.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Lillard against Portis. Lillard surveying the D. And stolen by Portis. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Lillard from outside. Good. Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Portis in the post, covered by Lillard. Nice shot by Portis.
Really likes that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
From deep. The shot, no good. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing here by 8. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. From deep three-point range. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
The 3 from Anthony. No good on that one. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 11. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And a wide-open look for Portis. Drills the three-pointer.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Covington in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, we've got Durant. Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. Harden way outside. Portland grabs the miss. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. And both these teams rely on low post offense, Doris, in a size-on-size matchup. What can make the difference?
Well, smart passing is one of the keys, Kevin. You have to be able to enter the ball into the low post in a way that puts that big in a position to score it. The ball's got to be moving. Can you get it side to side and get the ball inside at the appropriate time?
Harden can't hit. To the inside. Here's Powell. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Harden against Lillard. Harden kicks to Jordan. Back to Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard misses. Nets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And a wide open look for Irving. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Now, here's Lillard. Jordan with the rebound.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Powell inside. Covered by Irving. And the dunk by Powell.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, and it? Both teams trading punches. Now here's Harden. In the corner, it's Harris. Fires the 3. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Just 3 to shoot. The Trailblazers rebound, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
They get it back. Durant, the pass to Jordan. The Nets working the ball around now. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading. Powell finds Anthony. Puts one up from 19. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
There's the pass to Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Lillard with the bucket.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Harden outside for 3. And the Nets, another 3.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal and answers right back.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Harden dishes to KD. Up and in on the layup.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Irving. Lays it up and banks it in.
What a wizard Kyrie is in the open floor. Utilizes his speed to help create open shots in transition. That's beautiful.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's McCollum, and it's Jones in at the 2. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Irving looking over the floor. It's Brown with the drive. Stolen by Collins. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
The kick out to Irving. Griffin trying to get open. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 6.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And here's McCollum for 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to Brown. Outside Irving. This one for 3. Here's Griffin. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Dinwiddie. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And it's Hollis-Jefferson with the jam.
Some of that is about the chemistry that Rondé Hollis-Jefferson has with his teammates, right? It's infectious when you share the basketball.
Dinwiddie outside. Top of the key, Griffin. Irving up top. He's got 6. And McCollum with the block. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. 3-pointer. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Kanter's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Irving. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot. How the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Kevin Durant's checked in for Irving. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. And a deep three from Lillard. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 11.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Here's Dinwiddie. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Back to Lillard. To the paint. Count the bucket, and he's got it. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It's Powell on the wing. Takes the three. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And oh boy, a lot of and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, the length of Kevin Durant on the defensive end, creating havoc and an opportunity for his guys.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple rough stretches
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Harris. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the center. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Melo just doing what he does best right there. A pure scorer.
Harden kicks to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Lillard against Harden.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
To the middle. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got 11 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Lillard scanning the floor. Takes a three. Knocks down the three ball. He's got 14.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from past the arc. And it's Lillard again missing.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
For the lead. And the layup good by Irving. And the Nets lead by 1.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
The pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And a deep three from Harden. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. It's tipped. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Harris finds Jordan, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
And the dunk by Powell.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And it's McCollum off the drive, and the shot goes down. McCollum's got 9.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
McCollum against Dinwiddie. It's good. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Passes to Jones. Now the dish to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, there's simply no denying the strength of Enes Kanter. Even when you get physical with him, this guy is capable of playing through it.
And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Nets trail by 5. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cullen passes to Jones. Now McCollum, 9 points in the game so far, and they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Jones against Brown. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And another turnover here by Portland. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 3. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Simons. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Timeout called, the Nets. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thanks, David. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, C.J. McCollum out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Collins in at the power forward position. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Durant.
Kevin Durant plays with great pace. He never allows the defense to speed him up. Just a pretty pull-up jumper.
The 3 from McCollum. And Irving pulls it down. The Nets shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Outside for Durant. Over Collins. Up again, and Griffin stays with it.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
McCollum outside, over Irving. And that one hits back iron.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. And it's Harden in for Brown. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington's checked in for Hollis-Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Jones. And that one is good.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Buries the long-range jumper. And the Nets lead by 3.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
McCollum passes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball over. 4 on the clock. Here's Lillard. Great D that time from Jordan.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
No good from Durant. Trailblazers trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Nurkic. He can't get that one. Some solid defense there from KD. Pull-up jumper. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Lillard with no one around. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Out to Anthony. Back to McCollum. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Nurkic finds Lillard. Here's McCollum. Here's Nurkic. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Outside, KD. And stolen by Lillard. from outside the arc. They get it back.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's Harden, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Irving against Lillard, inside, and it's sent back by KD. Irving attacking, count it.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Lillard with it. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Count it! A huge shot to tie it up. Durant in the corner, fires from the wing. Irving. Jordan, it's good!
Absolutely fearless. DJ, go to work.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
Here's Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.